Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mile High Living. I'm Gina Bellich. Well, unfortunately, the National Western Stock Show has been postponed this year due to the pandemic, but Lifetime Windows is still celebrating in the spirit of the iconic Denver event. And Dave Thomas from Lifetime Windows and Siding is joining us now. We always look forward to the stock show, but you're going to keep that spirit alive this year, aren't you?
We're trying. So at the stock show, we've always offered our biggest discount of the year, and it's, trying to get people ready for their spring home improvement. So if they came up and visited us up at the booth, we offered 40% off. And obviously we're famous for our Marvin windows, and we're famous for our James Hardie siding. 40% off is huge. And without the stock show this year, the owner decided that we were going to extend that to the general public. And as if we haven't been busy enough, now we are insanely busy.
Yes.
The 40% is just blowing through the roof because you're never going to get this price again on what we're selling. What are we selling?
Yes.
Well, with a window replacement project, and this is the time of year where you're really suffering from those windows. It might be warm today, but next week, high of 34 all week long.
There
Here we go again, right?
Yep.
So let's take a look at what makes a window work. First of all, okay, most modern windows today are double pane, meaning there's two panes of glass. Mm-hmm. And what holds those panes together and goes around the perimeter of the window is a spacer. Old spacers used to be made out of rubber. Rubber would dry rot, seals would fail. Then they moved to aluminum. Aluminum would heat up, expand, contract, you'd lose your seals. Marvin makes their spacers out of stainless steel, which has a very, very high viscosity rating. So you're not losing seals with this window, okay? And that's your decision with the window project is what are you going back with? What's filling the openings? We're tearing out old metal windows. We're tearing out old wood windows. We didn't want the maintenance. Our vinyl windows have all yellowed and cracked. What's the newest thing? Well, it's right here. It's the Marvin Infinity window. Marvin, famous company, 112 years old, family owned to this day. They created the fiberglass window. And different than how you and I would probably think of fiberglass, which would be a Corvette or a boat hull, this is called pultrusion. And what Marvin does is they actually take thousands and thousands of strands of actual glass, as you can see it, and they braid it. They then pultrude that through a very high pressure die. So why? Well, Marvin came up with a theory that glass is thermoset. Mm-hmm. Maybe they didn't come up with a theory. It is thermoset.
They just knew that it was.
They figured that out.
Yes.
So what that means is that glass has to be under a tremendous amount of heat before it starts to get soft and move. You've seen them blow glass, right? Molten hot. So I can look you in the eyes and tell you no matter how much west and south sun bakes on your house, and for most people in Colorado, it's a lot.
Right.
The glass in the window never moves. So Marvin's theory was, hey, if the glass isn't expanding and contracting, what if we could make the sash and the frame all out of the same material? Glass. If we could do that, we would eliminate what's killing everything, which is the expansion and contraction. Why are you feeling cold drafts this time of year? Because your window's in a contracted state. Not with this one. This is a lifetime window. This window, as far as energy efficiency goes, will literally repel 98.5% of all radiant heat in the summer, retain 98% in the winter, and that's because of the low-E coating technologies and the different coatings that they put on the glass.
Yeah, I mean, just some of these innovations that they've come up with to make sure that they're keeping up with the 21st century and the way we live. It's so important.
It really is. Just as plastic windows replaced old metal windows 30 years ago, guess what? This is replacing plastic windows. So
and the efficiency and everything else.
Totally.
I mean, you don't literally want dollars flying out the window.
And at the 40% off, you're now buying a Marvin fiberglass window installed for what plastic windows cost.
God, can you believe that?
It's pretty awesome.
That you usually come around, and sometimes you even add on extra percentages, but 40%.
I can't add on any more.
Ooh,
on
you
that
really
one.
can't.
I'll add on 24 months, same as cash financing. So you give me absolutely nothing down. I'll have these all custom made. To fit in your house perfectly, like they've been in there the entire time.
Yeah.
I'll have them installed in 6 to 8 weeks from today. Once you sign off that you're happy with my work, and you will be, as you know, we're the BBB 2020 Torch Award winners, best mid-sized company in Colorado. Once you sign off that you're happy, you've got 2 years of free money. You do not have to make any payments, no interest accrues, just pay it off by the 24th month, and you got yourself one heck of a house full of nice windows.
Oh my gosh, and it looks so pretty from the street, of course. I was going to mention actually your service. I mean, this is something you guys take very seriously.
Absolutely.
A lot of people love just to go and sell and go, okay, we'll get to you when we get to you. You don't do that. You make sure you follow through on all of that.
We're in 300 to 400 homes a month, so that should give you an indication. For us to win that award is pretty special. We care about what we're selling, obviously, how we're installing it, and servicing you after the sale.
Yes, absolutely. And your community, what you give back to the community as well. That's something as well. I like to talk about that because you guys do a lot.
We do. We are a major sponsor of the Food Bank of the Rockies, the Colorado Rockies. I mean, when Corona was really in full flight and people were jobless and hungry, and we're a sponsor of the Denver Zoo as well. I mean, we are a locally owned company. We're not one of these big, chain companies that's all over. We're a locally owned brick and mortar right here by the baseball stadium.
Absolutely, that's what we love about it. And let's not forget the James Hardie siding. That's something that, if that's something you want a whole new look for your home, in addition to the windows, that siding can do it as well.
Absolutely, hail-proof, rot-proof, never paint it or touch it again.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? After some of those storms that sometimes we get in the spring, for instance, that's the way to go. All right, the stock show will be returning in 2022, but Lifetime is offering huge savings with their stock show celebration sale with 40% off windows, doors, siding, and installation. Plus, the first 10 callers will get $250 off their project and 4 free tickets to the Denver Zoo. They also offer 0 down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 2 years. A portion of every sale is donated to the Food Bank of the Rockies. Call 800-GET-WINDOWS or visit lifetimewindowscolorado.com. They paid for today's segment. Stay with us.